I have seen so many parents excited that they have life insurance policies, but most importantly, that their children is their named beneficiary of that life insurance policy. And then I tell them, wait a minute, hold on. Do not make the mistake of making or naming your minor or your young children as your life insurance policy beneficiary. Here are 5 important reasons why you and I should never even name our minor child or our young children as their unique beneficiary. Number 1 is that there is court involvement that is required. Think about it. Insurance companies cannot legally pay out funds directly to a minor or a young adult. Look at it, for example, if you walk down the street and you see a young child, a child of 7, holding on to $50,000, just to use an amount, for example, wouldn't that be alarming for you? So what happens? The court would then appoint a guardian for that child, and eventually it would cause delays, add legal fees. They're going to pay for those services. And then number 3, it would add more stress on the child or their siblings, for example. Number 2 is that when that child receives the full payout at 18 or 21 years of age, when they are of legal age, right, they get the money lump sum, but because there's no structure or no protection, the child is just there out there using the money how he or she would. Number 3 is that, think about it, how many 18-year-old do you know that has the financial maturity to turn money into more money? Do they really understand investments or tax budgeting or even the long-term planning, or even the large sum can be mismanaged without proper guidance? Number 4 is that this money and this child, in fact, the payment of the money to the child will expose the child to who? People that can influence him. Young adults out there can influence him. Friends, there can be so much pressure that can influence that child, or even relatives that are aware that your minor child has received some lump money from the payout from the policy. And then finally, number 5 is that there is no proper protection eventually from who? The people that are going to be asking for that money, because the child might be so kind to, oh, you know what, let me give this to that person. And that still boils down to where there's no proper structure for that child. Once the funds are in their name, the money can be exposed to even lawsuits, debt creditors, for example, or even divorce settlements for some reasons. And most importantly, that young child may spend the money recklessly, leaving the child back to ground zero where they were. So what should you do? You are wondering. Call that company today and ask that you want to make a change to your living insurance beneficiary. Name an adult that you trust, and then when the child grows older, you can change it back to who the child. But most importantly is doing what? Having a proper structure in place, like a trust, for example. It will allow you to control how the money is spent, when the money, and then to whom it is given to. And then that way, whether you are here or not, the money respects your wills and it goes according to your directions. Now you know.